Just because you asked for it and I'm here to serve you better, I'm going to be showing you guys what government schools looks like in Nigeria, and then most likely what the Nigerian government needs to do to improve the quality of education in Nigeria. I've been making a series of content videos talking about how amazing Ghana government schools are, and I get comments both from Nigerians, mostly those ones in the diaspora. Some Ghanaians also wants to know exactly what our government schools looks like, and then why not? It's all over the internet. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you guys what the school looks like, and then I will be sharing with you guys what the government needs to do to improve the education system in Nigeria, and also a major comparison between Ghanaian educational system versus Nigerian educational system. So welcome back again to the channel, you guys. Let's quickly talk about Nigerian government schools. Even though there are lots of comparison between Ghanaian educational system and Nigerian educational system. Okay, in Nigeria, a lot of private schools are way better than government schools. Unlike in Ghana, I heard that their government schools are way better, well functional, highly equipped, more than their private institutions, private schools. But then it is the opposite in Nigeria. Okay, I also heard in Ghana that even the Catholic schools, the Christian schools, the Islamic schools are being owned by the government, while in Nigeria, the Christian schools, if it is being owned by the Catholics, then it belongs to the Catholics. If it's being owned by the Anglicans, it belongs to the Anglicans. If it's an Islamic school, then it belongs to them, being managed by the church or the Islamic community. Let's quickly talk about what Nigerian government needs to do to improve the government schools in Nigeria. Basic education is the education given to the pupils within the ages of 6 to 14 years. It is the education given right from the grassroots as soon as the child can count. So it is very necessary to educate these children nowadays. To this effect, the government has a very big role to play to enhance the quality of the education in our schools. The basic education system in Nigeria, which is 6334 and now transformed to 934, education from primary school level to junior secondary school 3, primary 1 to JSS 3, it is the role of the government to provide an enabling environment for teachers and learners, such as good classrooms in a quiet and serene environment to accommodate pupils. The government should also provide competent teachers to facilitate the teaching and learning in a more effective manner.
We have a lot of challenges on the building itself. Apart from the gully hole in the classrooms, we have a lot of ceiling falling down on the children.
Adequate teachers should be employed at least to the ratio of 30 pupils to a teacher. Let me tell you guys something. The level of crowd, you guys know that Nigeria is highly populated. So most of the government schools are highly overcrowded. Like you guys, literally, I don't know how this will survive in those very minute space. In addition, government should provide rural infrastructure and amenities that can facilitate learning, where a lot of Nigerian schools don't have lights. So, the children suffer a lot. It's not equipped. The labs are not functioning. No computers. It is even the desk to sit and write is totally nothing to write home about. So it should also provide good roads to schools, teaching and learning materials, including registers, diaries, notebooks, desks, chairs, computers, laptops, and maps. There should be good access to potable water and functional electricity, good laboratory equipment such as test tubes, cylinder, microscopes, and other essential materials. These things are what is lacking in the government schools. But when you go to Ghana schools, you guys, I'm still going to show you guys what a Ghanaian STEM school looks like, so that if you're Nigerian watching, you will judge by yourself just by watching it. So as we are in the technology age, pupils need enlightenment which can improve their performances, provision of capital for a day-to-day running of affairs of the education system should also be given priority by the government, because head teacher might need petty cash to purchase stationery, pay for transportation, medical, and other necessities to run the school. Let me not forget to mention that the government schools in Nigeria is not totally free. You are expected to come along with some things, maybe with tissue paper, hose, cutlass, broom. Sometimes they come along with books. I don't know if government provides this for the school. Maybe it's been, cornered. You guys let me not be mentioning certain words, but if you are to attend a government school, some token must be paid. Unlike in Ghanaian STEM schools, it is totally free for indigenes. And even if you're a foreigner, if you just have your Ghana card, you'll be allowed to enjoy exactly what the indigenous citizen of Ghana enjoys as well, including their health care services. Teachers on field should also improve themselves with the help of the government, as the only thing that is constant is change. Therefore, government should encourage in-service training for teachers, workshops, seminars, and other training should be encouraged. The bulk of the responsibility lies with the government. Government should also ensure the improvement of the standard of education at this level in order for it to at least measure up to the modern standards in other countries. Let it at least measure up to the modern standard in Ghanaian STEM schools. That's the only thing we are asking for. In summary, government should also endeavor to pay adequate salaries as and when due. It should also upgrade the standard of its teachers by approving study leave with pay. Teachers should also be given other incentives for them to improve on the quality of these services. So what I would suggest is that the government should employ qualified teachers to teach our students. Those who are not well educated are certified and employed. This will not give us the desired result in the future. We know that education is a long-term investment and it has procedure. That is why we need to employ qualified teachers and give them incentives. We have different kinds of incentives to motivate our teachers to work. Some of these basic schools are located in the rural areas. There should be adequate allowances for teachers who serve in such areas. There should also be additional incentive given to them so that they can put in their best. Then the issue of infrastructure, which we have to build good structures to make teaching and learning conducive. Government should also provide educational materials which will help qualified teachers focus on teaching students without discrimination. There are no more good buildings in most of our schools in a government school in Nigeria. No chairs for our students to sit on, no library, no standard laboratory. Everything has gone down because of poor management. And you guys, if I continue to read, it is actually a lot. So parents should also play their part to back up teachers as well as government by playing their part. Parents must pay attention to the education of their children. So what am I saying? We have a lot of private schools in Nigeria, but one of the things there is that they are very expensive. Although we have smaller ones which might not have qualified teachers or skilled teachers like you desire. So the very few ones that are very well built, these ones are very highly expensive, and a lot of Nigerians might not be able to afford it. So the government school that a lot of people can afford, some of them lack skilled teachers because they are not well paid, and most of them, their salaries are being held, making it impossible for them to perform properly. Because of course, if you don't pay someone's salary, you don't expect the best out of that person. There are lots of things. I also believe that is why some of them still go ahead to ask for money, because I don't believe that the government schools, the government takes money from them. I don't know, but then if you want to enroll your child in government school in Nigeria, you definitely have to pay something. Unlike that of Ghana STEM schools. So what am I saying? One thing the government of Ghana has done for themselves is the fact that they've actually looked into these things, and he knew what he was doing when he made those STEM schools available. They have the best of the laboratories. They even introduced one tablet, one person program that has been trending, like a situation whereby a child gets a tablet for learning. This is a man that has foresight about education and believes that education is a long-term investment. So it has actually helped in improving Ghana's economy, making them have high standard pupils, like pupils with integrity in the land, helping in shaping Ghana and put Ghana on the map. This is one of the things the president of Ghana has seen, and it has been working for them. This is not a major comparison video, but of course, that only time you watch my video, there's always something to take home with. We Nigerians are soliciting for help as it stands now, and we believe that the government of Nigeria will do the needful. Probably maybe you should just take a look at what Ghana has been doing, how he has been off and on, reconstructing, touching up schools here and there, the old ones, changing it and improving day to day. I just noticed that the recent Bosom Tree Girls School was reconstructed. Okay, there's something like you changing things, stuff and making things work for your country. At the long run, you are the one that still gains from it. So let me know in the comment section. This was just me showing you guys a brief, of what government schools looks like in Nigeria. And I mentioned I worked with schools in Abuja and schools in Lagos. These two states are one of the most popular states in Nigeria. So if these ones look like this, what of schools in the eastern part of the country and the other places? Let me know just in the comment section. Like, the major difference here is that when you go to private schools in Nigeria, you might think you are schooling abroad, because these guys have British curriculum and they are all standard. Like, I mean, exceptionally standard. But then when you go to the government school, which is meant to be better than the private school, just the way Ghanaians have done it, it is very highly poor managed. A lot of them don't even read, because aside the fact that it's highly populated, it is lacking a lot of conducive. In short, it is not conducive for learning. Okay, watching Uncut with Uju. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and in the meantime, do consider smashing the subscribe button to be part of this family. And I will see you all in my next video. If there are any other video ideas you would like me to make, please drop it in the comment section. One thing that I would like to drop is that the lady that said I should make a video on Holy Child School in Nigeria is owned by the Catholic Church and managed really by the Catholics, unlike the Holy Child School in Ghana that is owned by the government and managed by the government, or should I say adopted by the government, whichever way. This is what I found out. Okay, thank you guys so much, and keep supporting me. Bye guys.